The Red Fiend and the Boss Snurp are considered to be the two hardest bosses in Miitopia, with the former being famous for its high speed and insta-kill attack, and the latter being known for its devastating moves, 3 phases, and high stats. So, which would you say is harder? Today, I'll do 5 tests, either through collecting data or testing in-game, to finally answer that question. Enjoy! There are 2 main ways to interpret this, so let's start with the first one. Which boss has the highest stats? Well, for the most part, the answer to that is easy to find. By finding the stat values for the 2 bosses on the Miitopia wiki and putting them into a calculator, we can find this out. And the results are in. There are 3 main numbers we care about: the average, sum, and median. As you can see, the Boss Snurp's average and sum are higher, and the Red Fiend has a higher median. But what about the second interpretation, which would be which boss puts their stats to the greatest use? Well, to answer that question, let's go back to those tables and look at the stats. Starting with the Red Fiend, the thing that probably stands out to you the most is the magic stat, which allows it to deal ludicrous amounts of damage and only take 1 damage from magic attacks, a strong start. It also has decent HP and a great speed stat, with its only downfall being its bad attack stat. So, what does the Boss Snurp's stats look like? It has the highest HP stat in the game, great attack, slightly above average speed, and slightly below average magic and defense stats compared to some other bosses in the tower. That's all for both interpretations, so who wins? I feel like the Boss Snurp pulled ahead slightly in the first interpretation, and the Red Fiend in the second, so I'm actually going to declare this one a tie. On to the next one, luck. This one only has 1 interpretation, which is which boss is the most luck-based or requires the most luck to beat. This one is very short, so I'll just summarize. The Red Fiend has a 1 in 10 chance of using a normal attack instead of its 1-hit KO attack, and its companions, the Blue Goddesses, have a chance to inflict the Spite status effect, which can ruin stun locks and other cheese methods. The Boss Snurp doesn't have that many RNG elements, with the only notable one being its random all attack, which inflicts a random status effect. In conclusion, the Fiend wins this one. For this one, there's 2 questions. Which boss is the most major roadblock, and which takes the longest to beat? For the most major roadblock, I would say it would be the Red Fiend, especially for a player new to Miitopia, as they likely wouldn't know about its many methods of cheese, which is coming up next, and by the time you've grinded enough to be able to even get to the Boss Snurp, you'll probably be able to take it down relatively easy. As for which takes the longest to beat, the obvious answer is the Boss Snurp, since it has the highest HP. Since the Red Fiend won the first question and the Boss Snurp won the second, the result for this one is a tie. The main interpretation for this is, which boss is the hardest to cheese? This one wasn't even close. The Fiend can be stun-locked, 1-hit KO'd, and is extremely easy with Hyper Sprinkles due to its low defense. The Boss Snurp, on the other hand, can't be stun-locked, no-code, can ruin Hyper Sprinkle setups with its random all attack, and can break barriers with its juvenile Snurps. This is probably a waste of my breath, but the Boss Snurp wins this one, putting the Snurp and the Fiend at a tie. You're probably wondering what the 5th test I never elaborated on was. Well, the 5th tiebreaker test was you. I posted a poll in the community tab, and it was close, but the final winner was, drumroll please, the Red Fiend. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, check out some of my other videos. They'll be linked in the end cards or your notifications if you subscribe. Anyways, bye!